Hi there and welcome to the show. I'm Nancy Guppy and we are coming to you from MadArt, the supremely unique contemporary arts organization in South Lake Union who, after 15 robust years, is closing its doors in mid-July. Founded in 2009 by Alison Milliman, the mission of MadArt has been to serve as a catalyst for making new installation-based works by supporting artists and encouraging them to experiment with materials and ideas that expand their professional practices. On top of that, MadArt, since day one, has invited visitors, regular folks like you and me, to engage with the working artists around the creative process, both conversationally and hands-on, actually helping the artists make the work. The impact of MadArt on the community, local and global, cannot be overstated, and we are profoundly grateful to founder Alison Milliman, current executive director and curator Emily Kelly, the MadArt team, and most of all, the 84 amazing artists who have wowed us with their vision, passion, and skill. MadArt's final show, Mad Studio, being installed now, is a group exhibition featuring over 50 past MadArt artists. It opens June 8th and runs through July 13th. We've got a great lineup for you, including
Venus and the Vixens.
An interactive rock musical,
Be ready to have your socks knocked off because the performers are phenomenal.
a hidden gem in Pike Place Market,
I think houses have, spirit, and I think this one, it definitely talks to you.
and Awesome the Band goes acoustic. And we'll begin with the beautiful craft of blowing and bending neon.
It involves space gas, it involves electricity, it involves chemistry. You're in touch with elements that you don't really understand. Neon is the name that we've given to a tube that's under vacuum that conducts electricity and puts light out. I think most people think that they're machine made. I think most people walking by the neon think some machine made that and think that the whole thing was 3D printed, and nothing could be further from the truth. They're looking at a very hands-on piece of work. It's a very solitary practice where it's sort of you against the materials, and I like that kind of focus. At a shop this size, we have dedicated designers that work with client-supplied art to kind of turn that into a sign version of their product, of their logo. Being that I'm working with paper and fire, you need to keep things pretty tidy, or else you can pretty easily light your table on fire. And there's several different flames that you use. The primary one that you're using is a cannon fire. The other fire that we use is called a ribbon burner. And then the third thing that we have is a hand torch. And you're basically just heating the glass and following around the pattern to create these shapes. When you bend a piece of neon, the wall diameters collapse as you bend it, like if you took a garden hose and folded it in half. And so after you make the bend, you blow with air back out to keep the diameter the same throughout the tube. The next stage is to put the gas in the tubes and light them with a high voltage transformer. When you hear a neon sign, that kind of familiar hum, largely you're hearing the static around the tubes called the corona, and so you are hearing a static charge that's kind of around all the components of the neon sign. There's a lot of challenges when it comes to producing a neon tube. There's just a lot of little pitfalls that you can get into. Neon's also very fragile. It's a little bit like an egg where you can strike it real hard in one direction and everything's fine, and you tap it gently in another place and it breaks immediately. When I'm doing my own things, I have a lot more chance to work on a tube again and again and again. I'll make 30 or 40 of a piece and pick the best one. And that's just not something I can do commercially. The first or second try has to be good here. So I'll try much more challenging pieces. I'm trying to maybe show off a little bit. I want another bender to see that and realize that I've really come up with something. Neon has kind of a unique output to it, kind of a energy or a vibe that you can feel. It really draws people in a way that no other light source does. There's just something that you can feel about that. It's hard to put your finger on, but it's there.
Learn more about Western Neon, including showroom hours and location, at westernneon.com. If you like your entertainment shaken, not stirred, Venus and the Vixens Games of Love is for you. Here's a behind-the-scenes sneak peek.
We're here at Emerald City Trapeze Arts. We're about to have a rehearsal here. The first time that we're going to have all of the game leads and the leads for the show in the space at the same time. Next Wednesday will be our second full rehearsal and the band will be here. So we're really eking up towards what is opening week. In 15 days, we're going to open the show.
Yeah.
Venus and the Vixens.
Who will worship at the altar of a Venus?
It is an interactive rock musical based on the myth of Cupid and Psyche, which is an epic love story. Venus plays an important role as well. She's Cupid's mom.
The goddess of love.
Yeah.
Very jealous. And it's got games. So what the audience experiences is an hour of games and food and drink by this fantastic bar and butcher called the Ruby Brink. And then they have this incredible show with music and characters and unbelievable singing.
Venus and the Vixens.
Remember, you can't win if you don't play.
Venus and the Vixens.
Now or never. What are you waiting for?
The band is an all-female band. It is some of the best female musicians in Seattle. Sari Bresnow wrote the score.
She talked about the opportunity to indulge her musical theater geek, and then she wrote something, and it's unbelievable. It's Broadway worthy.
You were the one who taught me that love is all there is. It's the only thing that matters. Our guiding star, it's who we are.
I would say to fully experience this show, to have the most fun, I would wear really comfortable shoes that you can run around in and be ready to play with people you don't know and be ready to have your socks knocked off because the performers are phenomenal.
We got a call yesterday from someone who's bringing a bachelorette party, and I'm like, that is perfect.
Yeah, that's going to be
because it's
so
about
fun.
love and it's about fun. It's lots of laughter.
Bring a date.
Yeah. Or find a date. That's another thing you could do.
Oh, when you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on
Come
the dating
looking
game.
for a date.
And then the other three musicians will be ground level on the stage. So I think the biggest challenge for me has been the amount of things that we're trying to do and the amount of time we have to actually be in this space and put it together. So we've been rehearsing all over the city. We've been down at the Seattle Drum School and over at the Children's Theater in different venues, Dance Underground, using different spaces to block and work scenes and work music. And tonight is one of the first times we're going to start putting it together. But there's a lot of people who need to be on their game and know what their time and their fit is. And then we have to go with the dominoes and have it all sequenced together. We really need to have more fun on this planet. There's a lot of time spent not having a great time for a lot of reasons.
I mean, we've been creating for 35 years, putting shows together, and this was during the pandemic. Martha's like, we have to do something good for culture. And Seattle needs it, and the performing arts community needs it, and
This
audiences
area,
needs it. So
this venue, my heart.
yeah, I mean, it feels a little bit like we just gotta step up, all of us, and do what we can to make the world a better place.
Yeah. The last song in the piece is called Risk It. And the tagline for the show is, you can't win if you don't play. So it's pretty laid out there. If you want to have a good time, you got to get some skin in the game.
Venus and the Vixens.
Now or never.
Venus and the Vixens Games of Love is a 21 and over show and runs May 30th through June 16th at Emerald City Trapeze Arts. Ticket information is at venusandthevixens.com.
Venus and the Vixens.
Remember, you can't win.
And now a visit to a charming and magical place called the Rabbit Box.
The Rabbit Box is a warren for like-minded people, artists, and really kind of a hub for community.
Let's keep this party polite.
Creating this space was to encourage people to come in after the pandemic and feel like they had a place to go that was cozy and welcoming and encouraging for the arts to kind of come back, but also that the audience feels a little bit like they're part of the performance that's happening. I think because the space is small enough, the audience often gets to feel like they're part of the story. I'm a bibliophile, so how do you create a room that feels like you're walking into a book? The Rabbit Box is a quartet published in like 1970 by Joseph Pintaro and never reprinted. And the quartet's called the Rainbow Box, and each of the books represents a different season. And the Rabbit Box is the Book of Spring. It's a children's story for adults, but it's really an elegy to like Mother Earth and humanity, and it's a letter to the world and a letter to the heart. And the rabbit itself is it's a nuance of connection. If you've been through something and you know someone else has been through that thing too, then that is the name of the book, The Rabbit. It's the name of the feeling. Soft about the moss, the wild fern uncurls ever so gently, where a rabbit is born, king of nervous things. If crocuses in the dirty snow made you cry and remember things, those things you remembered, that is my name. I am the rabbit. I wanted something that was classy, that was comfortable, that was cared for, and that was going to always develop into its own thing. We've done some wonderful things with John Langford from the Mekons art show meets concert. We've done some kid-hosted bingo games that also includes deaf audience with sign. Working with Loose Groove Records and Brittany Davis has probably been one of my favorite things. Stone Gossard has been really helpful, and we get to experience some real improv joy and laughter from Brittany in a way that I've never really experienced.
I'm about to go, ah! Next thing you know, start all over again.
I think houses have, spirit, and I think this one, it definitely talks to you. Spaces always have their own agenda, and this space definitely has its own agenda. And we are not owners of it, we're guardians of it. It's in the Pike Place Market, so it's not something that belongs to us. So how do you become a good guide to something that is part of a greater community? It is a matter of saying, hey, this is an amazing place and it's for everybody.
For hours, location, and a full performance calendar, go to therabbitboxseattle.com. And that's a wrap. Big thanks to MadArt for hosting us, and more importantly, for 15 years of inspiring, mind-expanding art experiences. Their final exhibit, Mad Studio, opens June 8th, and more information is at madartseattle.com. And we're going to leave you with some music. Awesome the Band is doing an acoustic show at Washington Hall on Sunday, June 16th. That's Father's Day. And I infiltrated a recent rehearsal to see what they've got cooking up. It's going to be good. So enjoy. We'll see you soon.
When's the show, you guys?
June 16th. June 16th. June July 1. Like tomorrow.
It was today.
Father's Day.
Oh,
Christmas Eve. 50:59. Christmas Eve.
Don't forget it.
Sorry. June 16th. Wait.